Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you an overview, how to play, and a full playthrough of En Route, a Stroll and Write game by Crowd Games. So this is a prototype that will be coming out early next year. I believe their note said February or March is the goal. What you see is basically almost the finished product. They will be adding more cities and maybe tweaking a few rules maybe to make it more balanced. But overall, what we're showing you is I think the retail version of the game. So this is basically a game where you are trying to get the most prestige points by creating, we're tour guides, trying to create the best route for our tourist. And you're basically, we're playing on the first city, which is the basic city that you want to play when you first play this game to learn on. But they are more boards included that include New York, Hong Kong, and London. They're much larger, they're two-sided, and they have, the mechanics are a little different for each one, so they're a little bit more challenging than the first city.
And that's the Kickstarter. So
they're adding more cities.
Yeah, they're probably going to be adding a lot more cities.
They're adding Cairo, Rio de Janeiro, and Paris, and they may add more. That's definite. They're adding those 3 cities, and they may add, you know how stretch goals go, so they'll probably be adding more stuff as it funds. So as a tour guide, you are competing against other tour guides to make the best route. There's 3 different types of tourists. There's the green squares. They're represented by the green squares. They're the ones I believe that like more of the, let me find where it explains them. They like more of like gardens, urban spaces, parks, more laid back type tourist features. The red, which are the red circles, they like loud, busy, more shopping, stadiums, crowded places, things like that. And then you've got the blue, which are the triangles, the blue locations. They're museums, art galleries, theaters, more cultural places. So as you place your tourist, you are hoping you're creating the best route that includes things that they enjoy based on that criteria. Once you know the game, the first few games you're not going to play with the gold cards. You're just going to play the first city with the tourist cards, and what are the other cards called? The tourist cards and the first city cards. And each city has their own set of cards that you're playing with. So these are divided between the players equally. We are playing a 2-player variant in the way that you place the cards during the playing phase when you're figuring out what coordinates the cards are going to be. So we divided them all between the 2 of us. If you have more players, you'll be dividing them evenly between all the players. There's always going to be one person that's going to be setting out the active person, and that's represented by your reference card. If you have it on the green side, you're the active player. The red side, that bar on top, means you're not the active player. So the active player sets out the card, first coordinate, face up. And then Anthony, we have a hand of 3, by the way, that you're going to be drawing before you do all this. He's going to choose 2 cards because it's a 2-player game. If it was more than 2 players, then the players would put their cards, 1 card to like a 3-player game on each side of my card. So I turn these over, and then I'm going to look at those and decide which one of these I want to discard. So the coordinates are here in the upper left. So there's a 2, a 4, and an actual 4. So that means on your map here, you have your coordinates. They are all a little bit different configured, but they all have the same things on them. His is on the right. My vertical coordinates are on the left. But we have the same landscapes and things to look that you're going for. They're just they're the opposite. And all these are the same but different, if that makes sense. They're laid out a little differently. So on 2, 4, you look at the 2 here, the 4 here. So I can place my tourist on that square. or I could place them on this square, because those are where the 2s and the 4s intersect. There's going to be times when you have the same number, so obviously you're going to only have one space that you could choose, and you're going to put, so if it was, that was here, you have a blue triangle tourist and a red circle tourist. You put them on the coordinate that corresponds to the cards. Again, if you had this choice, you could pick either of these 2 spaces to put but you have to put them all in the same space. You cannot put any tourists in a box that already has a tourist in it. If it just so happens, say we got the 4-4 again, and I already had tourists in there, you can choose to place one tourist of your choice, any of the 3, in one of the boxes, anywhere on the board that doesn't already have a tourist. And I'll get to this in a minute during the drawing phase. You draw one segment line anywhere on your map. So after you do this coordinate phase and mark down your tourist, then you're going to use whatever color pen you want. It comes with 4 different color pens, obviously to represent the tourist. And there's purple. I think the purple comes in play in one of the different cities.
One thing I want to say though, these are not counted as tourists. These are location and therefore in game. So these are not.
They're right. So you can put tourists in those boxes. That's just to show you what kind of tourist likes that landmark. So then you're going to take whatever color pen you want to make your road segments. The rules for the road segments, you can make 1 2-segment line. One of them has to be touching the box you just put the tourist in. So it could go there, it could go that way, it could go that way. As long as it's 2 segments, one of them, part of it's aligned with your tourist. I just erased. Or you can do an L shape, either around the box that way, if you want to do a curve, or say you don't want, because you're trying to create a route that's one continuous line. It can curve and things, it just needs to be continuous. So say you have lines already started, maybe you already have things already started over here, going this way, and putting a line here wouldn't do you any good at all. So you could put 1 segment line anywhere on your map if you don't want to do the 2 segment around where you just place a tourist. So I could put 1 here if I wanted. That comes in handy, especially near the end of the game, because there's only 10 rounds. So that's not very many rounds to create a long, continuous route. There's goals you're going to be going for, not including the goal cards, to rack up some points. I'll talk about the goal cards in a minute, because your first game, you're just going to be focusing on your map. There are also, I need to mention this, 3 different types of landmarks: the School of the Observatory, the Skywatcher Observatory, and the Television Tower. You'll find those in gray on your map. So when these cards are chosen for the coordinates that have those on the bottom, you mark, whichever one it is, you mark a little X. So they can be worth...
I would do that one then.
Oh, sorry. These can be worth up to 10 points, depending on how many times these type cards are chosen. And what that means is, if that is on your route, say, instead of here, I went here. So if your route is touching one full side of that landmark, you don't have to have tourists in there. It just has to be on your route. You'll get whatever points it's worth at the end of the game. So usually they're worth anywhere from 5 to 7 from what we've, when we were playing. We've played a couple of times. So you want to make sure, if you can, include those on your map, and you definitely want to include at least 1 or 2 of each of the color landmarks on your map. So the yellows, you can see they're worth 6 points, each of them. That's one of your in-game points for each yellow landmark with a star that's on your route. you get 6 points. So for this particular one, I would get 12 points right there.
There's a 5 and a 7.
There is a 5 and a 7. So then you also want to make sure you have at least one or more of each red, green, and blue landmark, because however many of each color you have on your route, that will be multiplied by the number of tourists you have. So say I have, let me draw some red tourist. And make my line go this way. Okay, so at the end of the game, I have some red tourists here. I have tourists over here that are not on my route. You need to erase those at the end of the game. And any straggling lines that aren't part of yours, if I had another line right here, you would need to erase that because that's not part of your, it's not a continuous line. So in this instance, on my route, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red tourists. I also have 1, 2 red landmarks. So that multiplies those 6 tourists times 2. So that would be 12 points for my red. You do the same thing for the green and the blue. So if you don't have any landmarks, because a number times 0 is 0. So you want to have at least one so you get points for those tourists that are on your route of each color. So you're trying to, it's a balance in this game. You're trying to make sure your route goes through the different areas where you're going to get the most points. You're also going to you'll see these little cups. They're called cafes. You don't even have to go through them to be able to use them. You just need to be touching them. As soon as you touch a cafe, you circle it. The ones with +1, you can go down, up or down 1 for the coordinates if you want to use it at any time. Or if you keep it to the end of the game and don't use it, you get +2 points. So it depends on how valuable adding a +1 or 2 points could be versus just waiting and letting it be worth 2 points. So, and there's several of those throughout. There's also some instant ones that give you tourists. They have a little lightning on top of them, and they have pictures of the different type tourists. Like this one has a square and a triangle. You could put those, you put those in the same box that you just put tourist in. So you'd add more of those to that box. There's also one where you can add a line, one segment. There's the visit them all. Is that what it's called? Or view them all? What is that one called?
I forget. Also, too, isn't it when you have 2 of these, if you don't want to put 2 of them, you can put one of them anywhere? Like any...
No, that's on... You're thinking of the...
Oh, okay, the tourists.
Yeah. It's visit them all. These little yellow circles with the palms, there's 3 of them on the board. So if your route goes through one, that counts towards your points. But of course, if you only have 1, you get 0 points. If you have your route going through 2 of those palms, yellow circle with the palms, you get 10 points. If you have it going through all 3, you would get 20 points. And they're on the outside edge. So you would have to do a route that's going all the way the outside or curves a little and goes back. And then of course your tourists count at the end. So that's your goals that are part of every game on this first city. Then once you're getting more comfortable, you can add the other goal, the goal cards. There's A, B, and C. There's a stack of them. So you're going to shuffle each stack, choose one randomly of each letter. And then these are the public objectives everyone's going for. Everyone can get the points. It's not like first come, first serve. But one person can get more based on if they went above and beyond the minimum. So like this one, you had to have a number of turns on the route of 10 plus. So that means each time your road turned, you need to have a minimum of 10. If you did, you'll get at least 7 points. However, if you're the only person that did it, you're going to get 13. If you tied, you're each going to get that 13. Or if one person got 11, the other person got 10, the person who got 11 is going to get the one with the ribbon, and the other person is going to get the 7. This one that came out was leisurely route. You had to have a total number of tourists of 6 max on your route. That would be hard to do. And I don't think that would be worth it, in my opinion, to get those points, because you could rack up more points having more tourists if your route is along several of those blue, green, and red landmarks. So to me, that one would be working against your normal goals that you're always going for. This one is number of cafes on the route. So if you were able to circle 3 or more of those cups, coffee cups, you would get 11 points if you had the most, or 6 points if you completed the goal but didn't have the most. So those don't really add complexity to the game, but if you're new, especially new to board gaming, you might want to play a few games without these just to get a good, get the mechanics down. Then you can add those, because they do make it more challenging and more fun. We have not played the other cities. We focused on learning this one so we could hopefully do it correctly in our video. So we are going to be doing a playthrough of this. So to set up this game, it's very easy, like I said.
Which ones are yours?
I think we should have 18.
Yeah,
this one's
you put one there.
mine. Yeah. 18.
All right.
Okay. So first you're going to divide the deck up evenly between all the players. Each player gets a reference card, one of each marker. They get a city board, first city in our game. You put out the round board. At the in between each round, just to help you keep up with the rounds, you're going to be writing the coordinate numbers or something that helps you to know that that's the round. You could just put whatever symbol you want there just to mark that it's the round. And then, of course, you're going to mark, if any of these came out and were chosen, you would mark the next scoring on that. The card that's not chosen of the 3 that are out here is discarded from the game. You may want to put, if one of these is chosen with the school, the Skywatcher, or the television landmarks, put those beside the round board just to make sure, if you want to go back and make sure you marked them all. Because it's easy to forget to do those little things when you're in the heat of the game. And then if you're playing with the goal cards, you're going to choose one from A, one from B, and one from C. That setup is very easy on this game. So then you choose who's going to be the active player, who goes first. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so Anthony's going to be the active player. And they said the way to do it is to turn over your reference cards. So he put out this one. Oh, and you draw a hand of 3. So I get to choose now. Put face down. And he gets to choose one of mine. He cannot discard his. He has to choose one of mine to discard from the game. And then that will be our coordinates. Wow, you're discarding that one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so our coordinates are 6, 3. So I'm going to write that in round 1. We didn't move any of these up. So we get to mark 2 triangles and 1 square on the 6, 3 coordinates on our map, whichever one we would like to do. I'm going to choose this one.
So because I went this route, I could put this right here, right?
Yep. So I can do a segment of 2 straight, a line of 2 segments straight, or I could do an L shape or a line anywhere on the map. I'm going to do this because it goes through that hand. That gets me started on that goal. And then you draw back up to 3. And the next player comes the active player.
Oh.
And we discard those once we're done. Okay, so I'm going to choose...
Oh, how many cards are out there? 3?
Yeah. I didn't mention this one. This is another type card. It has the ×2. So that multiplies the number of tourists you mark ×2 whatever other card is chosen, you multiply it. They are, if 2 of those come out, I think you just mark 1 tourist. I want to make sure I'm telling you correctly. You mark 1 tourist of any type. If both of them are that. Which that I think only happened once for us. I think Anthony obviously really wanted that coordinate because he chose both of them.
Stack the deck.
Okay, so in this instance, I have 2 3s to choose from. It's early game, so it's not that big crucial right now. But near end of game, I might have a preference to blue or red based on how many of those are on my route. So I'm just going to stick with the blue. So we get to mark 2 blue triangles because it's multiplied, and it's the same coordinate of 6 3. Didn't realize that. I should have. So, and I'm going to mark a line anywhere on my map. 1 line. Oh, I'm using green. And it's touching the cafe cup, so I'm circling that. I can use that anytime I want in the future or save it for in-game for 2 points. Where's your 6 3?
3 6.
That's 6 1.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't figure out where is your 6 3.
3 6.
That would be here. 6 and 3
yeah.
me.
Yeah. My brain is like.
And you already marked your line anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a muscle relaxer for my back.
Okay, so you go first, I believe. You're active player. Oh, I need to mark 6 3 again. Round 2. Okay. Did you do the other one on 6 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why do you have 3 marked?
Maybe 3 more.
Why do you have that one? We haven't done that. Oh, okay. You have to put them on the same one.
Yeah, that's why I asked, and you said yes.
I didn't even hear you. Did you put them on here? Why were they there?
Because I asked you, and that's where you said put it. That I could put it there. I asked you if I could put it there.
I didn't even hear you ask that question.
Yeah.
Did you put them somewhere, though?
No.
Well, put them somewhere. You got to put them on the last one you marked.
I can't because I didn't. It already has tourist.
Well, don't exit out. Just uncircle it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't use it. Or wait, is that an instant one?
Yeah, it's instant.
Let me make sure I'm saying that right.
Okay.
Meaning add the tourist to location where you've marked tourist this turn.
Yeah, so I can't.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I didn't even hear you ask that question. Okay, so you played that card. So So 6 1. And we get to mark up the television tower to 3 points. So this spot right here is currently worth 3 prestige points at the end of the game. Alright, so 6 1. We mark 2 circles and a triangle. Mark them here. You do have to be careful not to erase your previous lines and things with your sleeves. So I'm going to go here. 1, 2. And remember, we're paying attention to these objectives and the normal objectives. These go. Okay. Right. So. Okay. Okay, so 5, 4 are the coordinates. And the Skywatcher Observatory was. Okay, let's see. So that would be 2 blue triangles here. And double line. Okay.
Okay.
And Anthony is the active player.
So we're halfway through the game.
Yeah, the game goes by pretty fast. It's a quick one.
Two, 6 or 3, 6. Do 3, 6.
Okay, so the coordinates are 6. Wow, we've done 6 and 3 4 different times. Do you realize that?
Mm-hmm.
And the School of Illusion is upgraded. Okay, so we're all green squares. So that means neither of us can place anything in 6-3
Nope.
because it's came out so many times. So I can either use one of my cafes, to make it a different number, or I can just place any one that I want in any space that's not taken. And then make one line anywhere on my map. So I'm going to do this. So I've got that cafe, and
Oh, yeah,
I get to immediately put a
Yes, there is
more.
none. There is none, so I could put anywhere. All right.
Where did we put it for the third 6-3? 5, 4, 6-3.
See, I did my 6-3 here,
6-3. I did both of mine. Did I write it down wrong? We had a 6-1, didn't we? Didn't we have a 6-1?
so no, 6-3.
Pretty sure we had a 6-1.
Mm-mm. You gotta look at
6-3.
these too. 6.
I'm pretty sure we had a 6-1 right here.
No, it was 6-3. 2-6. It was.
Because I have mine on 6-1, and so do you. We had a 6-1. I knew we didn't mismark it. One of those was 6-1. I think I saw the 6-3s, and I just kept writing 6-3.
Right.
Yeah, I know for a fact we did. So that was here. Yeah, that was confusing me. So I draw 2 cards. He draws 1. I'm the active player. That's how we know who's the active player, because whoever has to draw 2 cards means they had to place 2 cards last time. Okay. Okay, 5-5 or 5-3. I'll pick 5-3.
5-3.
Mm-hmm. And the television tower is upgraded. Yeah, lots of 5s and 6s coming out this time. So it's 3 red circles. And do this one. And I'm going to do my double line. Going this way. So right now I need to pay attention because I only have green and red on my route. I do not have a blue tourist attraction on my route. So I need to make sure. And I'm trying to get more turns. Like I'm not really, my route's not really doing well for the goals.
Who's first?
You. Didn't have good cards. Okay, so 1-1. There's only one place to be 4 squares on that 1-1 area. And I think I'm going to do a line. I only have 3 more rounds. I'm going to do a line right here. Okay. I'm the active player.
Put this. Okay.
Okay. Guess he wants me to pick 2-4. So here. All right. So we get to mark 2 blue triangles. 2-4. And School of Illusion and Pottery was upgraded. triangles on 2-4. And I'm going to do a L right here.
Okay. Here first.
There you are. Oh yeah, I am.
Can you put this over?
No, I only drew one. You're first.
Oh, okay. Did you do the? Did you mark that one?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, you and your 6s.
Two more turns.
I know. None of these cards are working out for me. Okay, so the School of Illusion and Pottery is upgraded, and we're at 6-6. And 3 red circles.
So I can't put anywhere, so I have to put it wherever I want.
And I am not putting a line down there. I'm going to do my line.
There. I'm doing my line right here.
So I go first. Two, 4, and 2, 2. Okay, so I'm going to do 2, 4. And I'm going to do, I have to do those. So 2, 4. Last round. We mark in a red circle and 2 greens. I'm going to do this sideways. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Red circle. 2 greens. Okay, and then my line is going to be doot, doot.
All right.
Okay, so now we do our points. So,
I'll erase my lines that don't.
oh yeah, we need to erase our stragglers. So I didn't get a route going up to this one. So unfortunately, I have to erase this for tourists because they're not on my route. These are not on my route, and these are not on my route. I don't have any straggler lines, but I did have straggler tourists.
I did well this time.
So I have one continuous path with all the tourists that are along that path count, and I was able to get red, green, and blue on my path, and some yellow. So at least I don't think I did as well as I have been. Okay, so we're gonna score our goals. This one is, I do have 10 curves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you have 10?
No.
Okay, so I get 13 points for that goal for A. I know I didn't do this one. I have more than 6 tourists on my route.
Me too.
Okay. Number of cafes on the route. I only have 2. Do you have 3?
1, 2, yep, 3.
So you get 11 points. Yeah, I did not do as well as I have been. It's hard to think and do the video. So I only have 6 points
I got 17.
for those yellow stars. Now we're counting our gray. I did not manage to get any of those on my route. Did you? That's you. You got the television tower. That's worth 5 points. So as you can see, he has the gray along his route. He doesn't have any. The other 2, I didn't have any. So yeah, I'm doing really bad. Okay, I used this, obviously. I have 1 unused cafe. It's worth 2 points. I did not manage to get to that other. I was very close. I have 0 for the hands. Oh, yeah, I think he beat me this time. So now we count our tourist. So I have 2, 3 red tourist attractions on my route. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red tourists. So it's 21 points.
Oh, I should have 2.
I have 1, 2 green. 1, 2, 3, 4 green tourists. So that's 8. I have 1 blue. Barely skated by on that one. 6. So. Wow, I did horrible. Way lower than normal.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You probably beat me bad.
So 34, 56.
Oh, yeah, you beat me just in that.
18, 28. So
109. Oh, no.
101.
109. Yeah, 101. See, that's the normal. I've been getting like 86 to over 100. I only got 56 this turn. He beat me bad. But
Yeah, as it should be. She beat me twice in the start
rounds.
Yeah, but when it counts,
Well, I was talking the whole time, so it's hard to like really focus when you're talking. So I blame that. But hopefully this helped you get a good feel of this game. It's en route, a stroll and write game. We've enjoyed playing it. I've figured out I really like roll and write games.
Yeah, we really like it.
I didn't realize I liked them, but I do like the roll and write type games. And there is so much to this one. Like we didn't even show you the other maps, but this is just a prototype, and they already included 3 more cities, and they're like double the size, and they're 2-sided. So there's a lot in this game, just how it is now, and they're adding 3 more cities, and each city is a different challenge, different mechanics, different. They all have different cards, different goal cards. They all have their own decks, and they're marked very well, whether they're first city, New York, London, Paris. So it's really easy when you're setting it up to know which cards go with which city. And if you wanted, you could even put each one in a little baggie by itself, so you could, it'd be even faster set up. Pick which city you want to play and just pull out the components bags for that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game.
I really enjoyed it.
This is our third time playing it in 2 days, and it was enjoyable every time, because I couldn't really focus this time because we're doing this video, but normally when we're just playing leisurely, it's really fun. And I am looking forward to trying the other cities to see, what mechanics those add, because they do have their own decks. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But you want to play this one a couple times, at least twice, I would say, before you move to the others, just so you get a good feel of it. Because it will be similar mechanics, obviously, but they're adding probably a little bit more twists in there, more challenges. But this game doesn't take that long. It's 10 rounds, and it took longer to make this video because I was explaining and showing you as we went. So I think each game, took 25, maybe 30 minutes?
Yeah, probably like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30, 40.
This would be a great filler game, for, if you just wanted to play a quick strategy game, because it is all strategy.
Yeah, plus this also would be a good game you could play in the bed, I guess, because as long as you have something underneath us.
Yeah, we always, if you haven't been watching us for a while, Anthony has a severe back injury, so he's down a lot. Yeah. So we like games that we can because we love playing games, and of course there's only so much TV you can watch. So when he's kind of stuck in bed when his back goes out, we play games in bed. This would be a game that we could do that with if we put a little tray in the middle of us to put the cards and stuff on. He would easily be able to do that. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of look at games like that as well. So I'm sure there's viewers out there that have similar situations when they find themselves where they're just incapacitated for a short period of time. And
a short period.
And
sometimes.
And you just, but you need to cure that boredom, because TV, there's, again, only so much you can watch. But, we really enjoyed this game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they add in their Kickstarter, which is coming out early next year, probably February, March. We will put a link in the description when we have that. I don't know if they've supplied that link. They probably have the actual Kickstarter.
Yeah. So
we'll put that in the description. Definitely, you should, if you like Roll and Write. This is a very strategic version of a Roll and Write. It's not, Roll and Write's normally like more luck based.
This is very
this
strategic.
This is why they call it Stroll and Write, because you're strolling through a town as a tour guide, and you have a little bit more control. Even though the active player is choosing the cards, you could see if you have a duplicate card, you could literally force them to pick where you want to go. I did that quite a bit our last game. I was very lucky and drew double numbers. Yeah, so that helped me to basically decide where we're putting it that time. But yeah, we normally don't rate Kickstarters, but if I was to rate this game, I would definitely give this an 8. It's a really fun game, and I'm really thinking we will like it even more as we try out the other cities.
For now, I'll give it 8 because this is just a base city, but I can see it going up as we play the harder cities. Also, what I really do enjoy about this is, like I said before, I have a back issues where my back goes out for 2 weeks. Worst case scenario, 6 months until I have surgery. But it really helps, that boredom when you're in bed. So I really like the Roll and Writes because they are so small in size that you don't have to have a whole table. Mm-hmm. So, and it's high replayability. It's a point salad. We love point salad games. And so highly recommend. Yeah,
this has a little bit of everything we like in a game. So definitely check this out if you like this, style of game, or even if you are not sure. Like, we really didn't know. We've played several Roll and Writes, and we've actually enjoyed them.
Yeah. Did I give a score?
You did.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't really realize, we've kind of seen a pattern that we actually do like the Roll and Write games. So, but I think we've played quite a few lately. We've reviewed quite a few of those lately.
And we got a lot, several more.
So definitely one you want to check out. It's, by Crowd Games. They always come out with awesome games, great components. So I would definitely check this one out. So feel free to leave a comment. or question if you'd like. I hope you'll give this video a like and share it so others can check out this game that's coming up. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and click that bell so you'd see all the notifications when we put out videos. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being a loyal fan. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.